everybody, welcome back to This Old Nerd. I am This Old Nerd, I as Actar. This show is all about having the most tech-forward home and life as possible. Today's project is all about this TV here. This is our bedroom TV, and guess what? We are sick of the audio coming out of this thing because the speakers are the TV speakers. Ew. So it's been a while, you know, it's a second television. Normally you don't need a sound bar for things like this, but guess what? We want a sound bar attached to this. You might notice something though, that the wall back there is not exactly flat. There's a part, that purple side is recessed, and this white part is not recessed, which means mounting a sound bar directly to the wall won't exactly be easy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add brackets to the back of this TV and then attach a sound bar to the bottom. So that's what we're gonna do for today's project. Here are the materials you need for this project. You're probably gonna want a TV. You're gonna want a VESA mount on the back of it. You're gonna want brackets to attach your sound bar. That's right, we're using a Roku Streambar attached to a Roku TV, double Roku. Also, you're gonna need a soft surface to put your TV down on. That way you don't scratch up that nice, beautiful 32-inch screen. It's tiny, I know. So I'm gonna get started by moving this TV off the mount, placing it flat down on a bed, and then attaching these brackets, then attach the Streambar. This should go simply, right? It's super dusty back there. I'm gonna have to dust it before I take it all apart. Super dusty. Okay, so this is the back of our TV, and you can see where these mount brackets attach to the television. This is using the VESA standard, which is a pretty much standard hole layout for the back of TVs. There's two different standards, one for smaller TVs, one for larger TVs. For the brackets we're gonna use, we're gonna remove these brackets from the mount, attach the new brackets underneath, then put these on top. So let's do that. These screws have these screws have a plastic washer. You don't want to lose these. I'm going to put these aside. For safekeeping, I'm going to put the screws back with the brackets themselves. All right, dust this off. Now we've got our brackets. Here are instructions. Let's follow them together. I have only looked at this online, so mounting dream. All right. All right, you can look at these directions or we can watch me give this a shot. Let's do both. I'm gonna make sure I also know where the mounting points are on the back of the Streambar. I believe they're on the back of each of the sides, they're not on the bottom. But if they were on the bottom, these brackets do have the option to essentially hold it from the bottom. The Streambar, it's tiny. Let's get this out. Okay, so our mount points on the Streambar are on the back right there. So move the Streambar over. Get our brackets. Let's take a look how the Streambar would fit in with these brackets. So, you see where the holes are here. That would be silly, okay? So what we need to do is go with the narrow way, so that way. So this way, what's gonna cross over? That doesn't make any sense. These brackets might be too dang big. I guess I could pull this off. Okay, I think I got it, all right. So it won't be too much of this sticking out on the sides. So I need to figure out how to mount this. We've got tons of hardware, that's great. Look at all the hardware options you have for larger TVs, smaller TVs, and the like. So we've got our new brackets. We're gonna take our old brackets, put them right on top. I'm gonna screw them in together, like that. All right, so far so good. We've got our other bracket. They have a little tensioner here, so if I unscrew it, it rotates easily. I'm gonna pop this in like this. Try to get them around the same. Old bracket, put our old bracket on top. So I'm going to tighten these. Once I get this all set, I need some screws to mount the stream bar to this guy. So make sure this is tight enough. You don't want to over tighten your brackets, so just use your own judgment, please, because you could crack things. All right, it's definitely on there. And what I need is some mounting screws for this. Does the stream bar come with mounting screws? Let's see. We're inside the stream bar box. Let's see what we got. Foam. We got power, HDMI, a Toslink cable, remote. I don't see mounting screws with this. No mounting there's no mounting screws with the Roku. Thankfully, there's plenty of mounting hardware with these brackets. I think this is about the right size. Let's find out. I think what's going on is being pushed because of, I see what's going on. All right, so it's not going to be a pretty install. I'm not happy about that, but we're going to deal with that, okay? I'm not exactly thrilled with the way these wings are going to be on the sides. If I had a larger stream bar, if I had a larger sound bar, it'd make a lot more sense. But I don't, so this is what we're dealing with. All right, I'm gonna try to straighten this out as much as possible. Try to get that as flat, so at least it looks level. So I'm gonna tighten these tensioners. All right, let's see if this is all together. So all we got, now we got our stream bar attached to the television. We're gonna run the HDMI to the ARC input because that way we can have the audio go from the TV to the soundbar because we don't want the TV speakers to be active anymore. I'm gonna put that together right now real quick because I can see what I'm doing. It's a nice HDMI cable that they give you. It's nice and thin. Okay. I do want to do some kind of cable management back here at some point. But like I said, it's always good practice to do the cable management when you're fully done because I'm nowhere near done with this. As this is a one-man show, I'm going to put the camera there and then I'm going to get that TV back on the mount. And I'm not going to be using this microphone because it's a wired microphone. So I'm not going to trip on this and fall apart for that because that would be kind of a problem. This old nerd would like to be this alive old nerd. So let me go ahead and put up the TV. Everything fell off the dresser. I get to fix that in a moment. This will happen first and I'll fix that after. Gonna hook up everything now. Exciting. Okay, now that we've got our soundbar attached and we've got all our components back, I need to go through the efforts of the setup because the main point is for this TV to send its audio through this stream bar because I don't want this thing to be attached and do nothing. That'd be silly, right? So we're gonna set this thing up using the instructions. I know, insane. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, friends, we're gonna do this together. So what I've done is I've attached the stream bar to the Roku TV and I just powered on the stream bar and this screen shows up. Please use your existing Roku TV remote for setup. You won't need your stream bar remote. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Connecting stream bar. This screen will automatically proceed in a few minutes after the stream bar updates, okay? I've never set up one of these before, so what we're seeing together for the first time. Something went wrong during setup. You can set it up manually, try again later. Let's do this manually then, okay? Looking for a signal. Pair your remote. Okay, let's get that remote ready. So of course this is this old nerd, so the automatic setup failed. So let's do it manually. Okay, remote is pairing. Let's get started. English. Okay, so I put in my Wi-Fi code, which you did not get to see, and now it wants to update the software. So we will do that. Audio device is connected. If you want to use your audio device, please connect it to... Oh, that's because it's restarting. Duh. Press OK and Roku will analyze your HDMI connection. During this process, your TV screen may go blank for several seconds. Okay. Use automatic. I'm not messing with that. That's not a weird screen, just seeing a reflection of my back wall. Display type is set to keep auto detect. Is the screen displaying okay? The screen looks good to me. Enter my email address. So now the Roku Streambar is attached to my Roku account, and it's adding a ton of different channels that I already have on my other Roku devices, I bet. So it says channel update 25 of 81. I don't think we have 81 channels, but there's gonna be a lot of updates. So we're gonna wait for that. Sounds way better already. Okay, so the Streambar is set up, but I want to make sure that the connected boxes, the Apple TV and the Chromecast, pump audio to the Streambar and not the television speakers. So I'm going to go back to the Roku main screen because this is the Roku Streambar screen. All right. I'm going to go to settings. It sounds like it's coming through the Roku Streambar. Just want to make sure my audio is going out the right way. Audio output. Okay, I'm gonna not do automatic anymore. All right. Now we're gonna mess around with the Apple TV and see if it actually pumps audio through the TV speakers or not.
Why don't you see if you can go help Dad in the kitchen?
Well, all right, but he'll probably just kvetch at me, and frankly, I don't need the tourists.
Okay, that audio is definitely coming through the Streambar. I just gotta make sure that the speakers, I believe the speakers are off on the television. I'm gonna go to the Chromecast, but I'm gonna need the Chromecast remote because there's a whole la-di-da about that. So, Chromecast. That audio is definitely coming through the Streambar. Let's watch this episode of I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson. I didn't say hi in Cleveland. Although that audio is coming right through. Okay, be quiet. Okay, so far the audio is working just great. So this is a flattering angle, isn't it? There's the TV in the background. It's all hooked up and the cabling needs a lot of work. But let's talk about the partner acceptance rating. On this show, we make sure that the people you live with, your wife, your husband, your kids, your dogs, anything that deals with your technology actually accepts what you're doing with stuff. Because when you bring tech into the house, you better not make it worse. So here's the thing. I'm not the one who wanted the soundbar. My wife wanted the soundbar. So the partner acceptance rating on this one is high. Let's say 5 out of 5 because she wanted better audio out of this thing. And I'm like, well, that's cool. Let's do it. And so there it is. Will my kid notice this? Not really, unless the audio blasts out too loud and then the audio is too loud. So that's something I got to be concerned about. But that audio is already way better than the television speakers. So that's great. So we've got the TV set up. We got the soundbar attached. All right. So far, so good. And this is floating. So I can like turn. See that? So the audio is always going to be pumping out where the TV is pointed. Thank you so much for watching this episode of This Old Nerd. I know it's been a while, and the thing is, these projects are not easy to do for me at this point because they do cost time and money, and I'm still looking for a permanent gig. So that's kind of nuts. I would love for this to be my permanent job again, and that way I can mess around with my home technology a little bit more. But that'll take some time. But if you want that to be a reality, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/IYAZ. There, you can help support the show. And the thing is, the more people we get, the better this show can become. So I appreciate everybody who's helping us out right now. And if you can't give us a buck or two, that's fine. Feel free to share the link, share the show. Make sure people see this. Hit those buttons, subscribe, like, and all that other stuff. And I need to set up the podcast so you guys can watch this when you want to. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some cleaning up to do with wires and hopefully not go crazy while trying to set up that Harmony remote because Harmony remote, man, that is the end. So I've got a lot of cables to fix. Oh boy. Yay. This has been Ayaz Akhtar asking you, how's your tech life? Because it could be better. See you guys later.